Aloha, Jim. Here we are with your first instructional video. What we want to do first is we want to identify just how much of a front anchor golfer you are. We've noticed you're a front anchor golfer, you tested for it. You do have a tendency to get your hips front anchor and to lean your upper body to the right, which throws your head more in the rear anchor position. So we're going to take care of that today. We're going to show you how to get that secondary tilt proper without leaning your head so much rearward. But before we do that, we want to find out just how much of a front anchor golfer are you. Are you going to be 90-10, 80-20, 70-30, 60-40? Where in that continuum are you going to be balanced? What's your body built to do? So the way we test this is that we're going to go ahead and we're going to play some shots where you stand on your left foot only. You're going to kick your right foot back, and when the right foot's back and you have just a little bit of weight on it, this is what we call the full front anchor test. So you have almost all your weight on your left foot, your right foot's kicked back. All you need to do is play some half swings, just comfortable swings, so that you can get the sense of how well you can maintain your balance. And if you can video yourself doing these tests and send them to me, that would be a great benefit, because then I can analyze them and we can find out exactly what you are. So the first test again is left foot, forward, all your weight's on your left foot. You just have enough weight on the toes of the right foot just to maintain balance. Go ahead and play some shots. As you're playing these shots, what we want you to do is to notice how good balanced are you. Is your head moving back and forth? It's okay if it moves up and down a little bit, but if it's moving back and forth, then it's not really counterbalancing that action as well as it could be. So how good is your head counterbalancing that action? How well are you maintaining balance? But also, are you making consistent contact with the ball? Ball first, then the ground. How's your ball flight? Is the ball flight representative of the ideal ball flight that we're looking for? So let's go ahead and play a couple more of these to see what this looks like. Okay, after you've played about 10 shots, go ahead and rate on a scale from 1 to 10 how your performance was. How well were you maintaining your balance? How about the consistency of the contact and the consistency of your ball flight? Okay, the next test is what we call the mid front anchor test. And what you're going to do again is you're going to step in forward with your left foot, putting your weight on your left foot. You're going to line the toes of your right foot even with the heel of your left foot, and you're going to create about a 1 foot gap. At this point, you're going to have a little bit more weight on your left foot, about 20%, 80% on your left foot. Once again, we're going to go ahead and play some comfortable shots to get the feel of our balance and how consistently we can make good contact and have good ball flight. Okay, after you've played about 10 shots, go ahead and rate your balance and your performance. Okay, the next test is what we call front of center test or left of center test. In this one, again, you step in with your left foot first. You're going to line the toes of your right foot even with the middle of your left foot, and you're going to create about a 6-inch gap between the feet. You're going to have closer to a 60-40 weight distribution or 65-35 weight distribution when you do this. Again, a little more weight on your left foot. Go ahead and play some comfortable shots. Okay, once you've played about 10 shots, again, go ahead and rate your performance on a scale from 1 to 10. Now, if one of those positions you rate a 9 or a 10, you can be pretty certain that that's exactly what your balance is. If you can video yourself doing these tests again, I can watch them, I can analyze them, and I can dial in exactly where you are. Okay? Now, let's say that on a scale from 1 to 10, you rate 2 of them a 7. Well, that's not high enough, and they're about even. So what you're going to find is you're going to be in between those two positions. Okay? So let's say your left of center, and your mid were both 7s. Well, what we want to do is test right in between. So how do we do that? And we're going to put more weight on our left foot, and if we start from that left of center position, and I just move my foot back just a little bit, so it's in between the middle of the foot and the heel, and then I create a little bit more gap, so now I have about 9 inches or so between the feet. Now I'm testing in between. At this point, I'm going to have about a 70-30 weight distribution. So let's go ahead and play some shots from there. Okay, so if you are in between one of those positions, you're going to find that all of a sudden your rating is going to go way up. You're going to feel way more balanced. You're going to have more consistent contact, and your ball flight's going to get a lot better. Keep in mind, everything happens on a continuum. So, the more I move the foot back and create a bigger gap as I go, I'm really testing exactly where that balance point is in my body, how far left to center it is. So you got to figure out for yourself, where's that balance point.